What up, socialites? Welcome back to the Social Studies Podcast with me, Joe Dombrowski.
And me, Gaspare Randazzo, reporting live from my living room? I don't know if this would be my living room. This is like
that's a weird space in your house. It's like, are you sitting at your kitchen?
I'm in my kitchen. It's called a sitting room, but like, I was thinking about this, like, what's the actual point? Like, all right, living room makes sense in a house. Dining room, not a fan. Doesn't make much sense to me. Like, because, like, do you eat in your dining room or your kitchen?
We switch it up.
But, like, are you ever just like, Morgan, let's go, instead of eating in our kitchen, let's go get formal wear and sit in our dining room and have the same conversation?
No, but it is weird
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Houses really did used to be like that, though. Like houses were like very sectioned. Like this room is this, and this room is this, and this is the cellar where we keep all of our canned goods. And
yeah, like grandma's coming over. We're gonna eat in the dining room and eat with the good fork, you know. And it's like
my mom, Gaspare, this week sent me pictures of like her special. Okay, it was her special Christmas china. Okay. Which, first of all, the fact that we call fancy plates china is so weird to me. Like, well, it's China. Why are we calling this china?
Because it's from, so the history, I think I might be making this up. It's porcelain. Porcelain was invented in China by the Tang and Song dynasty, which is whatever, but they invented porcelain, and then porcelain was fine china, and then that's why we use those plates.
So my mom has this like fancy Christmas china that she brought out this year and like has the dinner table all set with this fancy Christmas china. And here's the thing. She never would we never ate off this china. This china didn't like come out of hiding during the holidays because she was so protective of it that like it didn't even come out. So she texts me and she's like, oh, also, we're in this phase. We're in this phase of when I die, do you want this? Like, yep. Oh,
I've been in that phase for 20 years with my mom.
I'm like, oh my God. Parenting parents is insane.
Dude, we entered a new phase where my mom just goes, anything you want in my house, just take. Take it right now. Off the walls. I don't care. So like a lot of these pictures came right off of walls. I just was like, I like that. I took it, put it right on the wall, put it on my home wall. She was like, I don't care. What do I need if I'd rather you enjoy it? It's very sweet, but it's just funny.
Gaspare, parenting parents. My mom is a sucker for a targeted ad. Okay. A sucker for a targeted ad. She will see something, it'll be targeted to her, and then she'll just ship it to my house. Like one time, I opened this in a box that said perishable goods, open immediately, and it was just pretzels, like soft pretzels. And it's very sweet. She's like, I bet you and Morgan could like have pretzels while you watch a movie. And I was like, that's very sweet.
Though.
Was this a targeted ad? She goes, yes. It's like, well, that was very sweet. Here's the thing, though. She recently got a targeted ad for some company that will take pictures that you've taken and just make these little tiles with it that you could just like put up on your wall. They're all the same, like 9x9 inch square, or maybe she just didn't figure out how to make it in different sizes. But
so
it takes the picture, puts it in a frame, sends it to you in a frame, right? I'm looking at the pictures that she printed, and like one picture of her dog, Louie, who passed away, rest in peace, has like the time above it and her phone battery showing how much battery was left. I said, Mom, did you send a screenshot into this company? She's like, yes, how else was I going to get the picture to them? I was just like, oh my God. So anyway, back to the china. She sends me a picture of this Christmas china, and she's like, when I die, do you want this china? And I was like, honestly, I'd say yes, but I have no memory with this china. Like, I have no connection. Like, even looking at this picture, I'm like, that just looks like old lady plates. I have no, and that is a lot coming from me because I am like you, not as bad. Well, actually, nowhere near as bad. I can be quite a pack rat, sentimental for no reason, keep shit. I keep so
No,
much
I'm that
shit.
way.
I know you are. I said I'm not as bad as you.
Yeah, I keep everything. I'm like,
I can't. I have gotten so much better, but I do keep way too much shit. Do you keep your kids' teeth when their teeth fall out?
Right in the garbage.
Immediately in the garbage? Like once the tooth fairy takes it?
Gross.
Oh, yo, Gaspare. You guys, you didn't see this because you're listening. He just looked around to see if his kids were around because we're about to talk about the tooth fairy.
Well, no, and also because
Elf
on the Shelf.
Oh shit!
And you saying that just reminded me that I have to move it because you have to move it every fucking night. So I was just like,
can we do it right now? Let's do it right now. Where are we gonna put it?
No, because then I gotta move with my mic and everything.
Okay, let's come up with this together. What were you thinking? Dude, I can't pause. Quick pause. I am so stoked to be a dad. And a lot of that comes from I'm gonna be an elf on the shelf fucking master. Well, like parents are gonna be like, this guy Joe, his elf on a shelf. One time the kids woke up and the elf on a shelf had a blowtorch, aim it towards the house, almost burned the house down. Like shit like that.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Easier said than done. More fun before you have children. More fun before you have children. Because right now, the last thing I want to do is get all creative. Like I just got them showered, ate, in bed. You know what I mean? But when he came back, I put his head in the cabinet and it looked like he was like peeking out. And I wrote a sign, "Here's Elfie." I mean, they don't get the reference that it's The Shining, but like,
did they name him Elfie?
No, his name is Kissy.
Why is it Kissy?
I don't know, because they're fucking 5. That's what they called him.
So, like, what's the whole fucking thing with Elf on a Shelf? Like, I know that you get to name. Them. Can we just talk about this though? What fucking college kid in their basement was like, "Yo, I got this idea. We're gonna make these fucking elves from China. Bring them out here. We'll put a little book together. Okay, we'll send it to the kids. Parents will move it. It'll become a Christmas tradition." Now these motherfuckers.
There's also Mensch on the bench.
No, bitch.
There is Mensch on the bench.
That's not real though. That's a meme.
Google it. Mensch on the bench.
You know, I just learned what a mensch is.
What is it? Priest?
It's like a rabbi? It's like a Jewish term that means, oh my God, it's real.
Yeah, of course it's real. Also, real quick, speaking of real.
This guy invented mensch on a bench and he's like, fucking Catholics, watch this. And made this fucking doll.
Just real quick, I wanted to tell you, I don't know if you noticed, I got a haircut this afternoon. Right?
Better.
And I didn't go as short and I didn't do the line this time.
Good job, Gaspare.
I said, just blend it, make it nice. Anyway, while he was doing it, he goes, Sammy, the guy that the one I took you to, he was like, oh, he's like, you got to go to Turkey and get the hair transplants. So I was laughing.
A fan sent me that. A fan sent me a meme.
Dude, I sent you the video on Instagram, but you didn't open it yet, of all the people on the airplane going to Turkey,
and it's
all
like
the bald guys.
Everybody's bald with scabs in their head.
Yeah. So he told me, he goes, so I said, how does it work? He said, in America, you're going to pay like 20 grand for that. He said, if you go to Turkey, he goes, you will pay no more than 5 grand for the procedure, the hotel for a week, and the flight. So he's like, and they'll do it perfect. He's like, they're great. Because he said that our dollar's 35 Turkish dollars. Also, speaking of going to Turkey, Joe, I will be in Long Island, Manasquan, New York City, Chandler, Arizona, San Diego, Portland, Oregon, Naples, Florida, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Plano, Texas, Los Angeles, California, Seattle, Washington, where I'll be staying with Joe, Chicago, Illinois, also Philadelphia.
Can I just tell you guys too? He's currently giving you his dates that go through to like August for some
Don't
reason.
Don't care. It's every
Make him
date you
move.
need to know.
Yep.
So, but yeah, oh, your mom was cute. I posted that. I was gonna be in Seattle, and she's like, I hope you're staying with Joey. And I'm like, yeah, so we were talking and whatever. And then she's like, don't make him let you eat too healthy. I was like,
Yeah, that's the other thing about parenting parents. My fucking dad has had heart attacks. He's got like shit going on right now. I don't need to break any HIPAA violations, but it's not fantastic, right? Doctors say you have to eat better. Motherfucker comes home with fucking McDonald's, Gaspar. Just pounding that
preach to the
shit.
choir.
Then you know what he does? Sleeps immediately. I'm like, get your ass up. We are going for a walk and we're doubling the distance because you got McDonald's. But then my enabler mother doesn't help the situation. She goes grocery shopping, comes back with all these different kinds of potato chips and snack foods, all this bullshit, canned shit, bullshit food. And she goes, what? He likes it. Well, he also likes being alive. So how about that? And then, you know what?
Yeah.
They come here and they cannot. I've had a couple friends come here too, and they cannot believe how I eat.
Why? Because you eat that healthy?
Yeah, I haven't had fast food in like. Well, I did break my spell recently and had Dick's Burger, which you'll get when you're here. Which is I don't consider that.
What is it? A Hicks burger?
Dick's.
Oh, we'll
Dick's
eat that
burger.
for sure. I have to try it.
But here's the thing: is
burgers aren't fast food. Just for the record,
I agree, except if it's McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, that's all fast food burgers. This
Wendy's
is like a good fast burger.
Wendy's is a good one because they don't freeze the beef. So go ahead.
Here's the thing. It's all bullshit. It's all terrible food for you. I cook a lot. Fresh food. When I go grocery shopping too, I literally am on the outskirts of the store. I'm in the majority of what I buy ends up being produce and meat.
Yeah,
and I just cook it all fresh myself.
We do buy a lot of crap, but like we do eat a lot of good stuff.
You eat like a garbage can.
No. You know what? When I was in Rochester. Oh, first off, Thanksgiving was 2 weeks ago, guys, but we're recording now after Thanksgiving, so just checking in.
Where were you this Thanksgiving?
We did it at my house. We always do it at my house. Well, we actually had all right, well, we did 2 Thanksgivings. We did one at my sister's house, and then we did one at my house. But all the same people came to both. And we had a deep fried turkey. You ever do deep fried turkey?
No, I've never done a deep fried turkey.
So first off, it's okay. Let me just tell you something. You have to use like a gallon of oil for every 2 pounds that the turkey is, right? So like it's insane. We didn't know how big the turkey was. So Lucy's the smallest person that we had in the family. So everyone just lifted Lucy. We would all lift Lucy. Lucy's like 40 pounds. Then we would all lift the turkey, trying to gauge the weight of the turkey instead of using a scale, right? So we put the thing in. You have to put like 30 gallons of oil. Dude, oil is spraying everywhere while you cook it.
Oh,
it
Jesus
burns
Christ.
the grass. Then when you take it out, it just falls apart. It's like not that good. Like people make it like, oh, deep fried turkey is gonna be the greatest thing ever. It's just okay. I didn't really love it. I thought it was just blah. And then at my house, I did regular turkey. I just
How
cooked
long has it got to be in the fryer?
It's like almost an hour and a half. I think we had it in.
Whoa.
You're cooking like a 30-pound bird, you know? So
turkeys are huge.
But then we made the turkey in our house. Melissa doesn't touch meat, right? She doesn't any meat. I had to go in the thing. She made me wear gloves. She put garbage bags out like we were Dexter, like I just was about to murder somebody. We had garbage bags out. I went in, I took the big penis out and I was slapping it around, right? And she's like freaking out because she said I'm getting salmonella on everything. I was like, are you kidding me? Also, side note, nothing to do with anything. Melissa's grandfather loves meat, steak cooked well done, right?
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Wait, not just well done, like it has to be burnt, right? So he will go to restaurants and he started carrying around a picture of a steak well done because they would bring it out and they're like, this is, and he's like, that's not, no, I want it to look like this. So now he just hands them the little piece of paper with
But
the
why
picture.
does he like that? Is he
I
scared
don't
of
know.
food poisoning, or does he just really like
No, he
it
just
that way?
acquired taste. You know, some
That's
people like it
wild.
raw.
That's me.
What, steak raw?
Yeah, I love it like very, very undercooked for sure.
Like,
My mom's
ugh.
the same too.
You need help if you like that.
I
And
do need
honestly,
help.
like, if you need help, you know what? This episode is actually brought to you by BetterHelp. December is all about getting comfortable, eating your steaks raw. And whether that's wrapping yourself up in a blanket or eating a steak raw, it's watching your favorite holiday movies, whatever it is. Therapy brings you comfort that never goes away. BetterHelp is 100% online, so you could put your steak on the pan and quickly take it right off while it's still raw. So it's easy to use, and your therapist will be there for you every step of the way. Here's the deal. You're sad. A lot of the holidays bring sadness to people. I get that. You know, there's a lot of joy going on in the world, but then people see that, they get sad. And I completely see that. I see it in my own house. It sucks. And don't let it happen to you. So all you got to do is fill out a quick survey, get started, match with a licensed therapist, switch your therapist anytime for no additional charge. Find comfort this December with BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/social studies today to get 10% off your first month. Visit BetterHelp.com/social studies today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/social studies.
So I really like it. And Morgan does not. No, it's got to be cooked. Like we have a thermometer. Like he's like checking it. Yeah,
Melissa's shoving the thermometer up every fucking surface of meat.
Yeah. Yes. And Morgan will do that. But my family likes like rare and raw meat, and like if like steak tartars and shit, like pure raw, like very good. Now, I grew up in like Southeast Michigan, which is very Arabic heavy. And there's this like Lebanese dish called kibbe. Well, so some Arabic person's gonna be like, you're saying it's so ridiculous.
KIBBY?
KIBBE. Kibbe.
Oh, kibbe food raw.
BH. Yeah. So here's the thing. You can eat it
Lebanese
raw, baked,
raw
or fried.
kibbe.
Love it raw. So good. It's amazing. So we took Morgan out to get Lebanese food over by us because we love it. We wanted to show him it too. And we got that. He wouldn't do it.
Dude,
I don't think
I can eat this.
He's like, you need to take that home and cook it. It's like,
I'm not gonna lie, it's skeeving me out. Like it looks like chopped meat before you eat it.
It is. It's very ground.
No, this is freaky.
Is it? Yeah, KIBBEH. It's so good.
Now, it looks like hamburger patties when you buy them at the store.
But look at it fried though. Comes in a little meatball looking. It's just
all right. I mean, I guess, but right now I'm just looking at it. It looks like raw meat ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. The fried looks good. It looks like little kebabs.
Raw meat ice cream. That was clever.
You know what I saw?
Everyone's super excited about it now. What'd you see, Gaspare?
I saw some lady took a loaf of Italian bread. She gutted out the bread, right? The white part of the Italian bread. She made meatballs and shoved them into there and made an ice cream cone of meatballs. Oh, that's my type.
In the loaf.
In the loaf. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's impressive.
That was smart.
Look at that. Jeez, so just look at it.
Well, I'm looking at kibbe right now.
I'm going to be in Atlanta, Georgia this week. We have Nashville on Wednesday, then Atlanta the rest of the weekend.
Oh, that's right. You have My Straight Friends this week. Very cool.
And Gaspar's going to be on the My Straight Friends Seattle, guys. And then there's and then I'm off for a while. And in January, I'm in Austin, Texas, Buffalo, and Rochester. Then I'm in Philly at the end of February. Man, my March is insane. My March is insane. Anyway, okay. This is
What's your
exhilarating
March?
conversation. Just busy as hell. Philly, Des Moines, Springfield, Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri, Indianapolis, Portland, Oregon. Yeah.
Also, side note. Oh, 2 side notes. Wait, Joe, 3 side
Oh,
notes.
shit. You're so
Okay,
excited.
number 1, I'm up here because they just poured concrete all over my floor in my basement. Okay. That's number 1. Number 2, I drove to Rochester, and Rochester, Buffalo, while I was in Rochester, Buffalo got 4 feet of snow. Can you even fathom 4 feet of snow? Saturday night.
Oh, God. Yeah, I can fathom that happened to us before.
I can't even imagine.
It's because they get lake
my
effect.
height.
We get lake effect in Michigan.
That's snow up to my neck. Well, I'm just saying it's almost up to my neck.
How tall are you? Don't exaggerate.
First of all, I wouldn't exaggerate. I'm 5'6".
I will measure you. I see you.
I'm 5'6.5" ish. Like it depends what sneakers I'm wearing. If I'm
5'6.5"
barefoot,
with a big personality.
that's what they say.
big personality.
Remember my barber and you and Melissa were like, "Oh, he's got BDE." I was
Not Melissa said that,
and you agreed.
I did not agree.
He was just flopping it around on you.
The barbers in Staten Island were crazy though, because they like you think you guys. I thought I was gonna get an ear chopped off any second. They'd like take the scissors and they like all over your face.
No, that's
like,
just him.
Watch out for my eyes.
Wait, Joe, he did my eyebrows. Do they look weird?
They did mine too, and they feel funny when you. Can you touch them now?
Dude, they're sharp.
I know.
Do I look weird? Do I look?
This is how old we are. We're so old that we get our eyebrows trimmed down.
No, I didn't ask for that. He was like,
Are we going to be making this podcast at a nursing home?
He's like, they're a little bushy. He's like, I do that, do them. And I was like, what? And then all of a sudden, I was like, whoa, shit. And then when he moved the buzzer, I was like, oh my God, is it still there? And then I was like, oh,
Gaspare,
thank God.
Your eyebrows, I'm not fucking with you. They do look a little light.
I think it's the light, but they feel lighter.
Yeah, it's the light.
No, they feel lighter. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because he took half of them off.
I honestly, I used to have caterpillars. Oh my God.
Gaspare.
Is this what I'm going to look like if I have no eyebrows? And that's creepy. Do that. For those of you at home, I'm just covering my eyebrows with my fingers. You don't look as weird. What the hell?
I have so much forehead. It's crazy.
All right. The other thing is I was listening to the Office Ladies podcast. Do you know what that is, Joe?
I know Melissa listens to it. Oh, this podcast is also brought to me. Sorry. I had a stroke just now.
What's it brought to you by?
I think I just said, part of me. This podcast is brought to you by True Warrior Jewelry, who made me, dude. Okay.
Oh, did you?
My stylist was trying. Yeah, my stylist was trying to get me to buy a $450 Ferragamo bracelet. I tried this bracelet on, and I was like, "Is this very nice?" Yes, but I'm like, "This is fucking normal quality. It's got that clear elastic band. This feels like it could break at any minute." I was like, "I know this thing was like $17 to make, and they're charging $450. That's insane." Literally sent 2 pictures of it to Melissa. The next week, I swear, should I be saying this? It's damn near identical. It is damn near identical.
Let me see. Do you have it?
Here, I'll send you the picture of both. Okay.
Well, no, I'm saying, but did she send it to you?
Yes, it's amazing. I'm gonna wear it for the special. Shout out True War Jewelry. Here we go. So this is, which one do you want first?
Don't send me. I want to play a guessing game.
Okay. Well, I think you're gonna know because you can like see background.
Yeah, it's fucking the same exact thing.
Isn't that insane?
Actually, I kind of like
hers better. Me
more. Not bad.
Wild,
not bad.
right?
I guess she knows what she's doing.
And I guess
Um,
designer is a ripoff.
well, I guess you guys can see the special at
Yeah, watch the special. Look out. Look
if you want.
out.
All right. Another thing, Joe. So I was listening to Office Ladies podcast, right? And they were saying some things that I didn't know. Did you know that Phyllis, you know who Phyllis is in The Office?
Yes.
Do you know that she was a casting director and not an actress?
Really?
Phyllis was
Not
a
until The
casting
Office?
Phyllis was a casting director and she was reading lines with the cast. Like she was in charge of like feeding lines to the cast to go over like different parts of the show.
Yeah.
And they like just kind of liked the way that she read them and they offered her a part.
Full on?
Yeah. And Toby is a writer on the show.
I knew that.
And he was just going to be like the HR guy who like walks in during the episode where they all put the cards on their head, you know, the where they do discrimination.
One of the best episodes of the whole thing. Yeah.
And Toby was supposed to just walk in and Michael was going to be like, get out. And then that was supposed to be the end of his whole role. And when the producers saw their exchange, even though there was like barely any words spoken, they were like, that's great. Make Toby a character. He wasn't an actor. He was a writer. And he was just like, all right, whatever. And Creed, you know who Creed is, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Creed was a background actor. And he happened to, they thought when they were filming the scene, they thought he was on the supporting cast. So they gave him a line, but he was actually only an extra. And because they gave him a line, they had to pay him more.
Right.
And then after they paid him more, they were like, all right, well, since we already are paying you more for this episode, we'll just let you speak a few more times, basically. And then he just ended up as a role. Like, isn't that wild?
Yeah, it's funny too, because if you notice, Mose does not speak the first, like, he's just there. Because it's like, if you give him Mose.
Who, Dwight's cousin?
Dwight's, is he cousin or brother? Cousin. Yeah, like the first couple times Mo's in it, he like doesn't talk.
Yeah, because you
got to pay him more if they talk, right?
Well, he's the writer. He's one of the writers.
Oh, Moses too.
Yeah, a bunch of them.
I gotta listen to this podcast. The Office is great. It's coming back. A guy from here got cast in the reboot of The Office.
I don't know. A reboot seems.
I know. Let's see how it does. Have you seen anything of it yet?
No, I didn't see anything. I know Melissa's trying to get her jewelry on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. We did get a bunch of emails. So, but also one other thing that was interesting, Angela and Meredith didn't quit their full-time jobs while they filmed the whole first season because like no one really knew where it was going to go. So
what was
like
their full-time job?
Angela ran a theater, like a comedy theater. She did like improv stuff, and Meredith was a waitress. And they both would film all day, and then they would go do their jobs at night because they were like
Meredith is an hysterical character when she shaves her head.
Great.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's a great when she gets hit by the car, when she gets rabies. She's good. All right, let's read some.
And she's so horny.
Yeah. No, she's a great character. All right, let's read some emails, Joe.
Okay. Here we go, Gaspare. This one's called Hotel Mix-Up. Hurry up, I got a shit. Hello, Joe and Gaspare. Love the podcast. Former middle school USPS rural mail carrier. Oh, former middle school teacher turned USPS rural mail. I can't speak today. Your humor keeps me going while delivering mail packages on my route. I have a crazy story related to hotels making booking mistakes, but even without that part, it's still a crazy story. It's a little long, but it's honestly worth it. Okay,
wait, is this the girl who was wasted? Remember?
I thought so, but this isn't that. This is a totally different story. So here's the thing, Gaspare. When I retire, want to be a mail carrier. I think
it's a great job. You're exercising, walking around all day,
exercising out in nature. It's great.
People genuinely like them.
Dogs.
No, hate you.
About 13 years ago, my husband and I received an invitation to my best friend's high school's wedding. Is this the same one? Did we read this one?
We did. Joe, go to the bottom.
Read yours, we'll call it.
All right. So this is about, remember we were talking about the Popeyes turkeys?
Yes.
So this is someone who actually came to us and saw us live when we did the live podcast taping. So
Okay.
they said, first off, thank you for reading my email on air, but now I need to tell you, if you don't want to spend $100 for them to ship the turkey to you, it's only $55 if you pick up the turkey at the restaurant. Think about that. $55, no mess, no prep. I think I paid like $40 for mine. Like, who's going to make it better, me or Popeyes, who's literally they are the,
I know.
They are the experts. Yeah. Like, you know what happens? You're like the type of guy who I know you make food, like stuff. I made hummus once, right? I went out. I bought tahini sauce. It was $11. I bought chickpeas. I sat there. I put it in my blender. It destroyed my blender, like trying to freaking grind down the chickpeas and all that shit. And in the end, guess what? Tastes like shit. Okay? Like, it was okay. It wasn't great. And then I was like, who's going to make hummus better? Me or Sabre, who's been perfecting it for 1,000 years? Well, maybe not 1,000, but 40 years minimum. And they're making it in a factory. Like, who's going to do it better? And it's $4 if Sabre does it. Why am I paying $11 to hand make it? That's all I have. Okay. All right. I'm going to read this email to you. It's a little long. All right.
Yes.
You wanted to hear the story about how I got sucker punched while jogging? Well, here it is.
I do. I definitely wanted to hear this one.
It all went down in early 2008. I was living in Spokane, Washington, near a professional soccer team, the Shadows had their stadium. One day I decided to run from my place to a friend's house over by Spokane Falls Community College. Everything was going fine until it wasn't. About halfway to our house, I passed what I thought was a wholesome dad and son duo. At this point, I left the neighborhood and was in the semi-open space near a cliff area overlooking the river and the waterfalls. It was a scenic spot, but I wasn't really paying attention because I had my sweet Razor phone tucked in my backpack.
Of course.
My friend had called to check on me, and I told her everything was great. I'd see her soon. No sooner had I hung up, I heard footsteps behind me. I glanced over my shoulder, and I saw the kid running towards me. Thinking he was just going to zip by, I stepped to the side and went to put my phone back in my backpack. All of a sudden, bam, the kid sucker punched me in the back of the head. I went face first into gravel, trying and failing to brace my fall like a cartoon character. When I rolled over, probably looking like a dazed, confused UFC turtle, he was ready to go full UFC on me. Double vision and all, I saw him coming in for another swing. So I did the only thing I could. I grabbed both his hands as they came at me. Let me tell you, this kid yanked me off the ground so fast with the kind of strength only a 10-year-old, no, I'm not reading that, with a strong 10-year-old can do. Now I'm on my feet being whipped around like a rag doll yelling, no, we don't hit. That's not nice. We don't hit. Meanwhile, I'm wondering where on earth this kid's parents are. That's when I spot
who is
the
saying
dad.
We don't hit?
She's saying it to him. We don't hit.
Oh God. Okay.
That's when I'm wondering where the hell this kid's parent is. I spot the dad running. I spot the dad running up the trail and yelling out of breath. I'm so sorry. He's a little violent and he's autistic. He got away from me. I'm thinking, no kidding. And he's a lot faster than you. Once the dad finally wrangled Mike Tyson under control, he asked if I was okay. Of course, I lied and said I was fine because I wanted to get away as soon as possible. Instead of calling my friend to pick me up, I walked the rest of the way to her house. When I finally got there, she asked why it took so long and told me I didn't look great. That's when I puked and told her what happened. Her roommate, who was either in EMT or in nursing school, listened to the story and said, I think you have a concussion. But she and my friend were too busy laughing through their tears to say only you would go out for a jog and get beat up by a 10-year-old. And if that wasn't enough, the cherry on top, my friend was hosting a party that night and her sleazy neighbor showed up and stole both of our wallets.
Oh my God.
Mine had my social security card in it. Lesson learned, not a great place to keep it. So yeah, on the same day I got beaten up by a 10-year-old, I also had my wallet stolen. And the following week, my friend made sure everyone at cosmetology school heard about it. Hope you had a great laugh. Everyone else did. And if you were curious, this wasn't even the weirdest thing to happen to me. Like the time my now husband and I got dropped off in the middle of a dirt road in the middle of nowhere in a town while on vacation while we were 18. That's a story for another time. Best, Kylie. Yes, you can use my name.
God.
Wow, Kylie. You sounds like you might need BetterHelp. This episode happens to be brought to you by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp. Hey, guys, thanks for being here. You can get tickets to see me at thejoedombrowski.com.
Also, guys, don't put your social security card in your wallet.
That's like asking for it.
Yeah. You could get tickets to see me, GaspareRandazzo.com, or him at joedombrowski.com. Have a wonderful evening, ladies and gentlemen.
See ya.